Hello everyone, welcome to Scorched Earth Toys at anymoon.com's review of Bandai's 1/60 scale DX RVF-25 Renewal toy. This is the renewal version, sold in June 2013 for 14,000 yen, as opposed to the original release, which hit shelves in March 2009 for 17,000 yen, but included super parts. As this is another renewal release, many of the same design elements are here. If you want to see more specifically on what makes a renewal different from the original releases, check out my evolution video. If you want to see more on the design elements that I'm going to gloss over in this review, I have a specific review for renewal version toys. I'm going to try to focus here on what makes this Luca version different from the other renewal toys. An RVF differs from the VF in that it has a radar dome and a rear array here. I'm going to call it a radar array, but it might be an electronics weapons system. The dome on the toy fits on via two pegs and has an extension gimmick. To extend the dome, you go towards the two yellow dots, because that's where the arm is, and kind of pull out and away and down. It's pretty stiff, as you can see. There it goes. So this is the extended look of them. Fat peg in front, little peg in the back. Goes on like so. Alright, so this rear radar array created a lot of problems for Bandai. First, the display stand you normally get with the toy would have had the radar array coming right down into the stand. So obviously that wouldn't fly. So what Bandai did was they moved the cradle that the fighter sits on back, which gives you a little more swing room for that array. The rear radar array swings back far enough that the toy can sit on its landing gears and still have clearance, which is definitely a positive thing. You can see I've also got the gun attached, still plenty of clearance for that as well. Flipping the toy over though, you'll notice that where the gun is supposed to be has been altered. The gun usually would sit with this handle where this gray piece is, which then conflicts with the rear radar array. So how Bandai solved this was gave us a piece that fits where this gun grip is supposed to go and extends outward to attach to the back of the gun, and then gives us a second piece that attaches to the waist of the toy to grip the front of the gun. Obviously that is going to piss a lot of people off because your beautiful perfect transformation toy now requires separate parts for fighter mode if you're going to have the gun attached, and that's kind of the caveat there. It's very easy to suggest, if you are just displaying this toy in fighter mode, just to leave the gun off. I don't think they ever made a big deal of the gun being attached in the show, but obviously it had to be because if the toy made it to, or if the vehicle made it to Gearwalker battroid mode, it had a gun. So a little food for thought there, obviously a bummer. I mentioned before that this toy has all the features of the regular renewal toys, which includes the integrated landing gears, the tow bar, the intake covers, which are removable. I'd just like to point out how terrible the detail looks on the Luca version. They didn't bother painting it gray inside, which in itself was kind of dull. They should have done two-tone paint. This time they don't do anything, so it just looks terrible. You have an opening cockpit, but they didn't paint the pilot figure to look at all like Luca. He's pretty much indecipherable from their Alto pilot figure, which is a bummer. The only plus here is you have the rotating radar array. And then other than that, it's all just standard renewal VF-25 toy. Transformation of the RVF-25 is similar to how it is for the renewal VF-25 toys. The only thing that gets a little strange is when it's time to put the shield on, and you realize that the rear array now makes it so the shield no longer fits. It will not attach. This peg cannot reach that slot. So what you have to do is use this included attachment spacer piece. Goes on like so, and then you have enough reach to get there, but now you also have a gap between the shield and the forearm that's more similar to what you saw on the first version RVF-25 toys. Obviously that's a pretty big bummer. Otherwise though, the toy handles gearwalk mode very well. As you can see, I've got the gun attached to the support that holds up the back of gearwalk mode, which was new for the Renewal version toys. The legs sweep way forward, the ankles angle and allow you to maintain that sweep. And really, this toy is just an excellent display piece in this mode. Again, it's just too bad about that spacer for the shield. Battroid mode is all Renewal VF-25 goodness, with the exception of the already mentioned spacer needed for the shield. Otherwise, the toy has all the same articulation and functions very well in this mode. Unlike the original RVF-25, the radar array now fits nicely between the wings without the need to splay them outward, which made the original RVF-25 a little chunkier looking. Now you're still going to have some concerns about durability. Here's my Alto Renewal toy. You can see the tip of the black area in front of the cockpit has gotten a little white. It's been scratched a little bit during numerous transformations. Paint is delicate on these toys. That's kind of a well-known and documented issue. Also, these toys tend to get loose over time. I've been fairly lucky with mine, but that's definitely the word on the street. So you might need to do some joint maintenance at some point. Definitely check out my other reviews for more how you can articulate this toy and just the benefits in battroid mode. Overall, this toy does not come with anything that's going to make you like it more, like Michael's VF-25G and its grappling hooks. Instead, it comes with the little parts that's probably going to irritate you, like those gun attachment pieces and the spacer. I would say it's the weakest of the Renewal VF-25 toys to date, but the Renewal VF-25s are still good toys, so if you're into the RVF, no reason to avoid this one. If you're looking for just the best Renewal VF-25, try any of the other releases. Check anymoon.com for my full text article, and thanks for viewing.